Can anyone tell me what a golden doodle might be mixed with?
A golden retriever and a poodle.
That is right. And Riddle is what we call at Green Dogs a foster success, which means that he was our foster dog and then we fell in love with him and we couldn't give him up, which is kind of one of the fantastic ways to get a dog.
Today we're going to learn about an organization that focuses on rescuing, rehabilitating, and training animals in need to provide therapy for people in need. Join us as we visit with Erica Proctor, Director of Green Dogs Unleashed. Come on.
This is how you're always going to greet another dog. You're never going to have him greeting head on. We're never going to have them face to face because that's very threatening. Green Dogs is a special needs animal rescue. We rescue deaf and blind, mostly, dogs. We rescue them, we bring them into our program, put them in foster homes, rehabilitate them, vet them, and place them with loving forever families. We also are a therapy dog organization, and the ones that come into our program that are suitable candidates for it will then go on to therapy dog training, and then they give back to the community.
What happens to the dogs that are adopted, but then it turns out they're not really suitable to be therapy dogs?
Yeah, we have a lot of those guys. It takes a very special personality, and the dogs that aren't suitable candidates for our therapy program become beloved furry family members. So they get adopted into families where they're just going to live out their life being a happy, well-loved, cared-for dog. We're very careful about where we place our animals. We screen. We have an extensive application process, home study, reference and vet checks, and we really keep in touch. By the time a family adopts from us, they're family.
I love that. Let's talk about the whole rescue mission. Tell us Riddle's story.
Riddle has bone spurs in his shoulder, so he had to have a major surgery last summer, and he was on house arrest for 9 months.
Oh, wow.
He also has limited hearing, which has been due to ear infections. So he does not hear out of one ear, and he only has limited hearing from his other ear.
Wow. So when you're rescuing the dogs, where are they coming from?
They come from all over the country and Canada. So what happens is a shelter or a private individual might reach out to us and have a deaf or deaf and blind dog. Shelters typically won't adopt them out because they require some specialized training.
Right.
And then once they contact us, if they're a suitable candidate for our program, then we work to transport them from all over the country here. We've had basically relays where people volunteer to drive a leg, and a dog might go through 12 or 15 handlers.
Wow.
And then they get to us.
How many dogs do you all rescue per year?
Last year we had about 350 come through.
My little dog here is Loki. He is our new family member. He is deaf. We hope to train him to be a therapy dog. He's just doing the basic dog training 101. I did lose my sister, and I do have PTSD, so that'd be something that would help me. And we already have this bond that I don't think is breakable. And other people just love his face. I mean, look at him. He's just so cute.
Dogs are such wonderful creatures for people. They help them, they make them feel good, and that's why I wanted a therapy dog. And the training, we learn as people what to expect from going into nursing homes, going into hospitals, going into schools. And the dog learns not to be afraid of wheelchairs, knocking on door, something that's thrown down. And another thing is you have to teach them to leave it, which means that if somebody drops a pill on the floor, they're not going to grab it and try to eat it. And so there's a lot of training involved.
So when we approach the elevator, we're going to approach it just like we would any door. We're going to have them right here next to us. We're going to have a treat. We're going to lure them on. And then as soon as we get in, we're going to turn them around so that their tail is facing the back of the elevator. That way we don't have an accident with the door grabbing onto their tail. So I'm going to demonstrate it with Riddle. We're going to walk into the elevator, turn around, and sit.
Tell us what the dogs have to go through and who works with them. And
The process takes about 6 months if they've already had basic obedience training, and we get to know the handler as well as the dog. At Green Dogs, we feel very strongly that it's a team effort. So it's not just the dog that needs to be really suitable to be doing therapy work, it's also the human being.
Right.
And we work as a team.
So give us an example. Sometimes they're on the downtown mall.
Yep, sometimes we go to the downtown mall. Last week we went to Lowe's. They were kind enough to open up to us. We teach them all about noises and things that might startle them, sounds, carts being pushed around. We take them to a power plant, a local power plant, where we have sirens. We'll take them to the rescue squad in Fluvanna County. They've opened up to us, and they'll turn on the sirens for fire trucks and the rescue trucks.
So they can adjust to that?
They can adjust to the noises. We get them involved with the machines that would be beeping if we go into a hospital. At our training facility in Troy, we work with wheelchairs and crutches and all kinds of things, IV poles that might fall.
Right.
We also teach them that they need a command in order to take something from somebody, because you never know. When we go to an assisted living facility, people try to feed them things they shouldn't have. So we do advanced leave-it training, and we do elevator training and escalator training. We work with the sliding doors, the automatic sliding doors. We teach them how to appropriately get up onto a bed. Some of them, our little ones are lifted onto a bed so they could snuggle with someone, but dogs like Riddle are too big for us to pick up. So they learn how to get up onto a bed one paw at a time, very, very slowly, so as not to make too much commotion on the bed.
Talk about who they're helping and how they're helping them.
Well, we have a number of different programs. So some of our dogs visit assisted living facilities where they might visit seniors, elders. Some of them visit the hospitals. Some of them visit schools. We have a reading program where kids can come and sign up to read to the dogs.
So that's Tails for Tails.
That's Tails for Tails. That's right.
It's hard to be a vlog. My knees start itching, my toes start twitching, my skin gets jumpy, others get grumpy when it comes to sitting still.
Okay.
I think she loves all of us. She comes by and goes over to everybody, and she wants to be petted and cuddled, and she just loves it. And I think it's good for the residents to do that, because the dog seems to calm them down and makes them feel happy inside. And they forget about their troubles and stuff just for a little while Noli's here. And it's really good for them.
I think it's fantastic that Noli comes and visits everybody. We all love her. And we have a lot of fun when she comes here.
I think it's a huge bright spot in Noli's day to come here. She's one of 5 dogs at our house. So her day is spent, with other dogs, and she loves human attention. And this is just the most undiluted, pure attention and love. She just takes it all in.
Somebody can have the worst day of their life and they smile when they see him. When we go into some of the memory care units, it brings back memories. Somebody could just be sitting there and all of a sudden they come alive, and they may start talking about a dog that they had in the past where they don't talk normally. So it's very rewarding to see the change in people, and he loves it too. As soon as I get his backpack and his vest out, he's like, "Where are we going? I'm ready, let's go."
I always say that Riddle has to be a therapy dog because there's no way we could give him enough attention on our own. We have a saying that says, a therapy dog is not made, a therapy dog is born. And it's a special personality that you can see usually from puppyhood. Just a desire to really be close to people, but not so over the top that they clear off a coffee table when they walk into the room. The people that we visit benefit tremendously. We also have a veterans program, our Wounded Warrior program, where they visit veterans, and we also have started training with veterans with their own dogs to offer some therapy services. It's not the same as a service dog, but they do offer some comfort and appropriateness and help the veteran that they live with to lead a more fulfilled life.
It's completely separate. You also have a transporting program. Tell us a little about that.
So we are a small rescue, and we recognize that we can't help as many animals through our program as we really would love to. So what we've done is we go to local, and sometimes not so local, but mostly local shelters, and we pull dogs that pass behavior evaluations and get vetted and send them to other rescues. So we facilitate all of the logistics, and we have a van, and they all come to our facility in Troy on transport day and get loaded into the van and taken to the rescues.
Yeah.
And the majority of them have an average of 7-day turnaround. So dogs that have been in shelters here for a year or 2 years, in one case 3.5 years, have been adopted in 3 days.
No, so why is that?
I think sometimes it's a matter of changing audience. Sometimes
Okay.
they sit in a shelter and people might be coming in and looking and just not seeing them. They also can get depressed in shelters, so when they're sitting in a run for a while, you know, they have no desire anymore to come to the front and wag their tail. But another big reason, we send a lot of hounds and a lot of beagles to rescues in New Jersey and New York, and hounds and beagles are fantastic family pets. And here, I think a lot of them are used for hunting, as hunting tools.
Right.
And when they stop hunting, then they're given up. And all they want to do is retire to be somebody's lap dog and house dog. And beagles do fantastic in apartments.
Right,
So the smaller spaces are looking for the smaller dogs, and they go up and people line up and wait for our transports to get up there, and our dogs go home the next day.
See, that is so great. That is so great.
Yeah.
All right, so if people want to get involved in either help or become a handler or adopt an animal, what do they do?
So the best way to get in touch with us is to go on our website or on our Facebook page. The website's greendogsunleashed.com, and it's Green Dogs Unleashed on Facebook. And we're always looking for more volunteers, and we're always looking for more people that have a dog that that might be suitable, because we always have needs. And we don't have enough. We never can have enough dogs to fill that need. So we'd love it. We'd love for more volunteers to come out. Oh, there we go. Good job. And Noli?